On a related note, I'm Che Durena.
On a related note, this is a song that we wrote. Now let's get to the podcast.
You are listening to On a Related Note, where the world's most interesting people play a series of ridiculous games in order to uncover a secret code word. I'm Chris Dallariva.
And I'm John Franklin.
And John, who are we here with today?
We're here with a comedian, a viral sensation, Che Durena. He's killing it right now on tour. Che, what's going on, man?
Things are good, man. How are you guys doing?
Living the dream, dude. We're happy to have you here in the apartment.
Fuck yeah.
Ready
Can we swear?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
sick,
good.
sick.
We
sick.
actually prefer it.
You prefer it?
Yeah, do whatever you want to do.
Okay, I can live my dream out here. Okay. This is all in reference to me. Do they know
No,
about the book?
So every guest that we've had has had a page. So you just got to flip to the next fresh
Oh,
page.
so then I get... Okay, so you have all these pages. Oh, yo.
Yes.
Some people have some nuts handwriting.
Oh, I know.
Dude, mine is going to look like hieroglyphs, I swear to God. You won't be able to read that shit for ass. And then you're also, if you like go back and look at it, you'll see like how bad my spelling is. Man, dude, my spelling is fucked, guys.
We had a guest on here who held the pen in the craziest fashion I've ever seen.
How'd they hold it?
It was like a claw. They were writing like this.
That's fucked.
That really it threw me for a loop.
Yeah, no, that's like chop your hand off. That's like if you go back 200 years, you're Satan. They think you're the devil, and you will not be allowed to do that.
Yeah, they'd kill you if you were a lefty. Imagine holding a pen
Yeah,
like
like
that.
that, like this claw hook scenario. No, Beelzebub. Yeah, we're not going to deal with that.
So you're on tour right now, right, Che?
Yeah. I got a bunch of gigs. I'm on the road. Or do we do plugs? Are we plugging right now?
Yeah,
we talk about everything, but
Oh,
the games
dude.
are just, like the
games
games
will
like,
happen
drive
throughout.
it, but we'll do the interview. And everything
Okay,
through it.
sick. Yeah, plugs. I'm in Rhode Island this weekend. I'm in Fort Wayne. I got Arizona, Florida, fucking California, Texas. For all dates, go to CheDurena.com. And then Che Durena on all platforms and Little Dinky News on Twitch.
Nice. So
Boom.
yeah, you're a Twitch guy. Like you stream
Yeah.
a bunch.
I love video games.
What is like if you had to sit down, you're like, I'm gonna play video games all day today. What's your go-to?
I mean, that's hard to say because it's always shifting. There's always something cooking. I'm a big fan of anything that gives you that power fantasy.
Cool.
That is like the stuff that gets me horned up the most. Doom is like great for that. Doom is like a game that is so self-aware in its power fantasy that it just like goes over the top constantly. I'm playing Bloodborne right now, which I've beaten Bloodborne before. I think a couple times, but I've never beaten the DLC. So I'm playing the downloadable content right now, and there's a boss in that is considered one of the hardest Souls boss. And I literally just almost beat him this morning before I came here. If I had beat him this morning, my morning would have been so fucking good. You don't even understand, dude.
Were you a Doom player back in the PC days?
No, I went back and did play it. And those games, like for what they were, they're like pretty creative and they do hold up. And there's a lot of interesting moving pieces of them, and like the level of gore and the music that they're able to pack into this very old tech is very cool. But I wasn't into it. I didn't get into it until there was like the 2016 Doom release.
Okay.
That really got me going.
And how have you been into video games since you were a kid?
So my earliest memories are console gaming. Like I remember we had an NES in my house growing up. When like I think the first game I ever played was the Duck Hunt Mario single cartridge.
Oh yeah.
Classic
Yeah.
game.
Like I grew up with like video games constantly. I've always been in love with them. There was even a phase when I was like in my early 20s where I was like, I need to stop playing video games. I need to grow up. And I was like, no, this literally brings me so much happiness. I never want to not have this in my life.
Also, like the world has come back around to video games at this point. It's like when we were kids, it was like growing up, you gotta stop playing video games, get outside, do different shit.
Yeah.
Now it's like you could be a pro gamer and like and like make your whole life that way.
Well, there's always a fear that comes along with anything that's new age, and that was a big thing when we were growing up. Like video games they're gonna make your kids dumb, violent, all this stuff. And now they've done tons of research that some like people who have better recognition skills, better solving problem skills, are all people who play video games. Video games actually make you smarter because it's problem solving consistently.
Sure.
It's challenging your brain. I think they're absolutely incredible. I think they're the best form of entertainment, and this is coming from a stand-up comic.
I know. Yeah.
Video games are the best, and I do think that Grand Theft Auto 6, whenever that game comes out, that's going to be the biggest cultural moment that's ever happened.
Okay.
It's going to be bigger than when Endgame came out, then anything. There's going to be more memes talked about it. It's going to make more money on its opening weekend. It's going to be the biggest event ever in pop culture ever. ever.
It's
Bigger
like-
than Thriller, bigger than all that
It's
shit.
like Moon Landing, Grand Theft Auto 6.
Bro. More people are going to be talking about this, tweeting about this, news articles, more money made, more people playing it, engaging with it. It's going to be the biggest thing that has happened in pop culture.
That prediction alone has made this episode
Yes.
worth it, I think, because I think people are going to really enjoy that.
Yeah, so why don't let's get into the game.
Let's get it in.
Well, yeah, you want to...
Yeah, so the way this works is there is a code word, a secret code word.
Yes.
Today's code word is a thing.
Come.
And
And that's the end of the episode. Thanks for stopping
Dude.
by,
All right,
Jay.
we'll
We
see y'all.
appreciate it.
Nailed it.
so yeah, you're going to play a series of games, and each game has a theme that is going to sort of describe what the code word is.
Okay.
You have your guest book where you can take notes to make sure you're getting everything out of these games, and you are also playing for something. John,
Jay, you're playing for a prize. Congratulations on the chance to win the Imperial Sex Pill.
Oh, dude, is this gas station boner pills?
Yes.
Yo, I love gas station boner pills.
We figured it was a good one.
Dude, this is great, man. Gas station boner pills, I've used them a few times. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I think a lot of them do use that fucking it's like sildenafil or something. It's the main ingredient in Viagra that actually gives you a boner. But it's like unregulated. So you don't know if you're getting like ginseng or because ginseng also gives you a boner, or you're getting straight up sildenafil and you're just gonna some make your dick like too hard, like it's painful. Great product.
Not an ad, not a sponsor either
No.
of the podcast.
Should be.
Gotta tell you, we read the packaging and we realized the people who wrote this is like third time translated to English.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It's increased time of intercourse, lasting your sex time.
Yes.
Just an incredible sentence.
Which is what you want. You want increased time of intercourse lasting your sex time. I judge boner pills based on how much drugs and alcohol they can blast through. That's what you need them for. I'm only 30. I'm not using them just to get a regular boner. I need to be like, am I fucked? And will this push through like a haze of pollution in my brain and give me a boner still? And these do it sometimes.
So there's a catch though. If you win, you get the pill. If you lose, you have to autograph it, and the next guest gets to play for it.
I thought you guys would be like, you have to take it live.
No.
Ride the train home.
That would be honestly, that would be insane.
I'll do that. I don't give a fuck.
Just send us a video like just went on a related note.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy.
Sometimes they make you really hot too. You're like, oh, what's going on? Yeah, it's not good.
So our first game here, are we ready?
Yeah,
for
let's do it.
The first game here is called "You Be the Judge."
Court dismissed! Bring in the dancing lobsters!
Oh, yeah, we have ads for everyone. Sorry. You Be the Judge is brought to you by Farmer's Taint Hot Sauce. You've
Nice.
never tasted heat until you tasted Farmer's Taint.
Love it.
With more than 100,000 Scoville units in every bottle, you'll be sure to be sweating through your finest overalls. Use promo code RelatedNote for 25% off your first bottle.
So the way
Is that a real product?
The ad guy just sends us what we got to read,
Is that no? Or did you? You
Farmer's
didn't,
Taint.
You didn't make that up.
It's a thing.
That's a real thing. I thought you were doing a joke ad right there. That's hilarious. I want to buy this product now. It's called Farmer's Taint Hot Sauce. That's so fucking funny, dude. Holy shit. Buy Farmer's Taint. Use the offer code My Balls.
Related Note.
Related note.
My Balls is good too.
My
Maybe we'll get
balls.
the ad guy to edit it to that.
Okay.
So the way this works is I will read you a description of a real court case, and you just have to guess how the case was decided.
Okay.
Pretty simple. Okay, so case 1. In May 2005, Roy L. Pearson was preparing to begin his new job as an administrative judge and was looking forward to sporting a nice suit for the first day at work. He brought a pair of pants to a dry cleaner for alterations, and they went missing. Pearson demanded $1,100 for the entire brand new suit rather than just the pants. The Chungs, who were owners of the dry cleaner, first offered $3,000, then $4,600, and finally $12,000 for the missing suit. But Pearson continued to push the envelope. 2 years later, Pearson decided on a nice round number. The explanation of the $67 million he chose to sue for included emotional damages, legal fees, 10 years of car rental fees so that he could frequent another dry cleaner, and the $395 of the pants themselves. Our question is, who won, Roy L. Pearson or the dry cleaner?
I mean, this is America, right? Where this took
Correct.
place. This is a very American thing to do. To sue for something that has nothing to do with the original problem, which was just getting new pants.
Right.
and try to get an exorbitant amount of money for it. With America's historical consistency with undermining minorities, you want to lead towards the pants guys, because I'm assuming the Chungs not white.
I can't confirm, but
We can't confirm or deny, but I'm going to make a wild guess on the Chungs not being white. But this guy is also, what year did this take place?
2005.
2005. There's not Karens yet. Karens aren't being prosecuted in the same way.
And Ray Lewis is on the cover of a video game, so violence is cool.
Violence is cool as shit. You can stab a dude and win a Super Bowl.
That's
how it fucking was going
That's what I'm
down back
saying.
in the day, back in the good times of America. I'm Canadian. So I'm going to lean Chungs just because I'm praying to God there's some decency in the world.
You are correct. The Chungs did win, and Pearson had to pay their legal fees.
Beautiful. Thank you.
So you're 1 for 1 off the bat.
I'm 1 for 1 off the bat. Chungs won. I'm killing it right now.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am proud of myself, man. I'm proud of America right now. You've redeemed yourself in my eyes. If it went the other way, I would have been horrified.
I mean, we're going back to 2005, man. So much has happened since
So
then.
much has
It's hard to
happened, dude.
redeem just because of one court case.
We're moving in the right direction, right? Like,
We're trending upward.
We're clicked one that way. We'll see what else pops up today.
So with case 2, we're going to stay in America, but we're specifically headed to South Dakota for a case called South Dakota vs. 15 Impounded Cats.
Love it.
A woman nearly backed into a cop car because her rear window was obstructed by the 15 cats she had living in her car with her for several days. Cops seized the cats, and the woman appealed to the state Supreme Court to get them back, claiming she was denied due process. Did the woman get her cats back, or was the state allowed to keep them?
Now, once again, a very American case, man. Someone who's forced into poverty, living in their car, also probably a little insane, can't get health care.
Totally.
And it has an abundance of cats keeping her company.
15.
15 cats. I'm going to say...
And they were in the car with her.
They're in the car with her, yeah, living in the car. Car smelled great. So just in case you guys were wondering, car smelled like brand new. Brand new. She went to sell it after. No one could tell that 15 cats have been shitting and pissing and shedding in this car. Not a soul. But, okay, I'm going to go with Cat Lady on this one. I'm going to say she won because I think they're just like... What's the state going to do with these 15 cats, man? They want to get them off their hands. They don't want to keep them. And this lady, just give her cats back. She'll live in her car. Is she going to hit someone again? I don't know if she can afford gas. She might even want to be driving. I'm saying we give her cats back.
You are incorrect.
Oh, really?
The South Dakota Supreme Court found the cat seizure justified for the safety risk they pose to other drivers.
Damn, dude. I guess, you can't drive around. And it's also the South. No sympathy. I don't know. Is South Dakota considered the South?
No,
though? It's
no.
just
No,
South.
just the South
actually-
version of Dakota.
Dakota. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
North Dakota's right up against Canada
It
and then
is.
South Dakota.
Well,
They're
yeah,
pretty
that
big
makes
states.
sense because it's South Dakota.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
south of Dakota.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just right down there.
Could you imagine it was just
That's
Dakota?
Midwest?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Midwest.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody DM'd you for the Raw Dog Tour in South Dakota?
No South Dakota messages yet. You know what was wild about the Raw Dog Tour? Once I did the promo for the Raw Dog Tour, being like, each city I'm going to, there's a chick who's waiting to suck my dick, or whatever the fuck I said. The amount of messages of new people who were like, I'd suck your dick. Even dudes that were like, I'm not gay, but I'll suck your dick just so you can perform in the city. Like, what does it take to get you to come here?
Really shows the dedication people have to your comedy.
Dude, my fans are sick. I love my fans. They're great, man. They'll suck your dick. They'll come to your show.
So
Genuinely nice, too.
let's get to case number 3.
3.
Lauren Rosenberg sued Google in 2011 after the search engine's map tool, Google Maps, instructed her to walk across a rural highway. Instead of taking a safer route and allowing Google to recalculate, Rosenberg followed the walking directions, walked across the highway into oncoming traffic, and ended up getting hit by a car.
Beauty.
She was seriously injured and sued both Google for negligence, failure to warn, and defective design, and the driver of the car that hit her. Google asked the 3rd Judicial District Court in Salt Lake City to dismiss the claims. So we ask you, who won, Lauren Rosenberg or Google?
Okay, once again, man, these case after case, so genuinely American. Very American thing to be so stupid you hurt yourself and blame someone else for it. I feel like that is just like, you're like, yeah, no, I will not take responsibility for this. I will sue. I think suing is a very American thing.
It is.
You guys love to do that.
Yeah,
shit.
100%.
Yeah. You're all about like fucking like guess what? Fucking $2 million claim. Where the fuck are my pants? I love that shit, man. I support it.
Also, you gotta like give this woman credit for walking into traffic first.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she was like, that seems fine. It's the quickest way. And then she got hit by the car and she was like, fuck you, Google. Like, yeah, like.
Also, I blame her for this because if Google sends me across the highway, I follow it and I walk across the highway, I'm not getting hit by a car. She's too slow.
Yeah,
she
that's
should
true.
be like, dude, you got to be fucking quick on your feet. You're crossing the highway. No one's fucking touching me. I'm crossing the highway, bro. I'm like, I'll be like, I don't know, some sort of Daredevil Black Panther shit going on, leaping and all that shit. No way.
It is pretty crazy to think that, like, she did actually have to, like, watch the cars and make moves, and she just didn't. Like,
And she didn't.
she just went right into
No,
it.
she got fucking smoked. Well deserved.
So what are you thinking here?
I'm thinking Google won this because I think Google came down like you're going up against Google legally, they'll crush you, bro. I think Google, for one, they know who you are. They have your data big time. They know who you are better than you know who you are. They have a full profile and they'll just crush you. They know who your friends and family are. They'll put a gun to your cat's head. They don't give a fuck, bro. I don't fuck with Google. I'll suck Google's dick if we're putting it all out on the table. I think Google won.
You are correct. The district judge granted Google's request to dismiss the case. The judge found there was, quote, no special fiduciary or contractual relationship between the parties that would rise to a duty of protection.
Great word.
In addition, the judge found that the route Google Maps suggested wasn't inherently dangerous.
Now that's pretty crazy.
See, but that's what I'm talking about. It's like they're like, you're stupid for getting hit by the car.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
that's
this
true.
judge was like, motherfucker, you get me on that highway, I'm not getting hit, dude. That's her fault. I blame her.
So I think you're going to like case 4. A woman filed a lawsuit against Geico in 2021 after she said she contracted HPV after she had sex with a male partner in a 2014 Hyundai Genesis that was insured by Geico. She claimed the man knew he had HPV and failed to inform her about it, and as a result, the company, Geico, should provide coverage for injuries and losses. She initially put forth a settlement offer of $1 million, which Geico rejected, saying the woman's claim did not occur because of normal use of the vehicle.
That is true. To fuck in your car is abnormal and not fun, man. I had a close to fucking car situation recently, and I opted out. We were like making out and touching and all sorts of shit in the car, and I was like, let's just drive back to the fucking hotel. Let's just go. Because, like, I don't want to fuck in this car in this parking lot. Sucks. She got HPV. Does Hyundai still make the Genesis?
I'm not sure.
This could be like a white Ford Bronco situation where this case was so brutal they had to discontinue the Genesis.
It's
They're
all
like,
over for the
yeah,
Genesis.
everyone was like, man, you ride a Genesis, you're going to get HPV big time. Genital warts on the Genesis. That's what was going on. I'm going to say Geico won this one. I'm assuming. Because I don't think they're responsible for you fucking or your sexual protection. Also, she obviously didn't wear a condom, although I think you can catch HPV even if you wear a condom. I think genital warts can transfer from skin to skin contact. Herpes, too.
Horrifying.
Well, you are correct. Geico
Boom.
currently does not have to pay, though there is another appeal going on. But
There's another appeal.
I think they're getting to the highest level. I'm hoping the Supreme Court of the United States has to weigh in.
Deal with this one, weigh in on whether or not your insurance should cover you fucking in a car.
Could you imagine Brett Kavanaugh weighing in on this situation?
So, Che, you're quite good at this game. We have one more case. Right now, you're 3 for 4. Let's see if you can go 4 for 5.
Boom.
Philip Brunig was hit by a car driven by Irma Veith, who was insured by the American Family Insurance
Whoa,
Company.
hit me with these names again one more time. Yo,
Philip Bruning was hit by a car driven by an Irma Veith.
yo, what year did this happen?
This one, I don't have the year. This one is like,
Gotta be the 60s.
it's an older case. I think it's in the 80s maybe.
Irma V? Irma? I didn't even know Irma was on the list of baby names. Someone looked at a fresh fetus and was like, that's an Irma. Yo, what the fuck, dude? That's a crime.
So-
anyways.
Irma was insured by the American Family Insurance Company. Irma's car veered across the center lane of the road into Bruning's lane. Immediately prior to the accident, Irma suffered a quote, insane delusion which rendered her unable to operate the automobile with her conscious mind. Irma saw a white light on the car in front of her and believed God was directing her car.
Nice.
She accelerated, believing she could fly, quote, because Batman does it. Irma Veith had a history of hallucinatory visions prior to the accident. American Family, her insurer, refused to pay Brunig's claim. Brunig sued American Family on the ground that Veith was negligent. American Family argued that Veith could not be held liable for negligence because of her insane delusion. The question is, did American Family Insurance Company have to pay Philip Brunig on behalf of Irma Veith?
Yo, that's a fucking complicated case right there. Right off the bat, I want to highlight that doesn't know shit about Batman. Batman doesn't fly, dude. Maybe in a jet or something. Yeah, so this is like her insanity proven right there. That she was fully like bonkers if she thinks Batman's flying. Philip. I feel like Philip deserves his money, bro. Like, he's driving down the street being a normal dude. A lady drives into his car like empowered by God. Doesn't die in the process. Incredible. I'm saying Philip got his cash money, but it's against an insurance company, and they're scum of the earth. I'm still giving it Philip. I'm giving it Philip.
Philip Brunig was awarded $10,000 in damages, which was later reduced to $7,000. The reasoning was Irma Veith had foreknowledge that she sometimes had these delusions, so she probably shouldn't have been driving.
Yeah.
So we were just talking a moment ago about is it the Raw Dog tour?
Yes.
Could you give us a little more info on the premise of that tour?
I basically have been getting messages from all these chicks all over America from like all the social media content I make that are like, fuck me in like various ways. And some of these messages are very graphic.
Sure. Before we get into that, do you have any thoughts about the first game? I see you didn't take any notes.
Oh, I was supposed to take notes.
Were there any thematic themes?
Anything that you thought of throughout the first couple of those court cases?
I fuck notes. The one thing I thought, okay, we had Pants Guy. It was all American. There was American. Everything was very American.
Okay.
And there was I thought all the people who should have won. All the plaintiffs won.
Do you want me to give you a quick read over of every case? Okay. First case was the guy with the suit who wanted reparations, including things as much as emotional fees, legal fees, and car rental fees.
Yes.
Case 2 was the cat lady who was driving with 15 cats in her car and got her car impounded, but ended up getting her cats taken away from her.
Yes.
The third case was the woman who walked across the highway, got hit by a car because of Google.
Okay.
Number 4, woman having sex in the Hyundai Genesis and getting HPV.
Cars is the theme.
And Irma Veith.
Yeah, cars is the theme. Because even the Pants Guy, he sued for transportation shit that he had to spend on cars.
So you're coming down with cars in the first game.
Cars,
is what you thought is.
Transportation, driving.
And Irma Veith.
And Irma Veith. You can't
Irma Veith.
Irma Veith. Shout out Irma Veith, not a sponsor.
I forgot that I got to be honest, I completely forgot we were playing it. I'm in the zone right now.
Hey, that's the best part about the podcast.
I think you should be a lawyer. I mean, you really parse these cases out.
I would love to see you be a lawyer in America to be like, you're all fucking American.
Yeah, it's the super American shit. This is very American. We don't deal with this kind of shit in Canada. In Canada, I don't even think you can, like, there's a cap on how much you can sue in reference to, like, what the case is about, where I think in America, you can be like, this guy stole my shoe. $8 billion I want.
We go big.
We go big, man.
It's
and
true.
I respect it, man. I moved here for a reason.
Supersize me and shit. And
I make fun of America a lot because it's punching up constantly. You guys are on top.
Yeah.
But I love it here.
You know, you
Let's
just
make
brought up
that clear.
Supersize Me. I heard something the other day. I don't know if this is true, but apparently, whatever, the movie, the guy eats McDonald's every meal.
Day, yeah.
And he goes to the doctor, like, towards the end of it, and they're like, you're in end-stage liver failure. And he's like, oh, my God, this is from McDonald's. And again, I don't know if this is true, but
I've heard this.
It came out later that he was an alcoholic, so it wasn't
That's so funny. And also, like, it puts a light on McDonald's, but if you're eating McDonald's and you think it's good for you, you're a moron and you deserve to feel sick. That's just it.
It's a fact.
Yeah, it's like no one. I'm never eating McDonald's being like, oh, this is. I'm like, oh, what a horrible decision I made. What am I gonna smoke crack cocaine next?
Dude,
oh, we're on the same page.
I do this whole thing on stage where I talk about how it's crazy that they thought putting calorie counts on the menu items was going to stop us from anything.
Yeah, no, I'm not in there. I'm in there to be a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm a piece of disgusting garbage. I'm there at 3 a.m.
That's what we're doing, man.
Yeah.
I can get ice cream and a burger and fries. I don't even know what animal the meat came from.
100%.
I don't have no fucking
It comes out of literally like a water gun.
Yeah.
And they put it on I'm like, this is great. This is a Big Mac.
Fucking
Amazing.
serve it up. One thing I'll say about McDonald's, fucking guys used to be able to get Big Mac sauce on your Uber Eats order.
Yes.
And
you
you
can't
get
do it anymore.
And I
It's
don't.
fucked.
That's all I fucking want is Big Mac sauce. I want a side of Big Mac sauce, and I want to dip my fries in. I want to put it on my McDoubles. You fucking bring it back, McDonald's.
Bring it back. I'm in on this PSA on a related note right now. Bring back the Big Mac sauce.
I'm sick and tired of this horse shit. Why you horse? You get every other sauce. Why not the Mac sauce?
I also don't like how they decided they're like, we're gonna make the ranch better, but it's just the same ranch, and they kept the Big Mac sauce not an option.
Yeah, no, this is horse
fucked.
shit. I'm fucking steaming.
Well, I'm glad you're steaming because we're actually gonna get into a game that is very much about you.
Okay.
Actually, okay. The next game is called In Your Own Words.
He'll say to you, tell us in your own words.
Ad read. In Your Own Words is brought to you by our friends over at Impossible Puzzles. Do you have a significant other that loves puzzles, but you don't want to keep buying them? Impossible Puzzles is just the first 3,000 piece puzzle without any edges. They'll be stuck on this one for years, just so you don't have to keep getting them another one. Use promo code John and Chris and get a second puzzle with the purchase of your first. Impossible Puzzles, where the puzzle keeps on puzzling.
So you're quite popular on social media.
I do a lot of social media stuff, yes.
And actually, like, the big thing that I think people know you for are your reactions.
Yeah. I do a lot of TikTok reactions.
A lot of TikTok reactions, stitches, duets. Now, we want to know how much of those you actually remember.
Okay.
So, in your own words, we've gotten some of your reactions here.
Sick.
And we've cut them down to a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Your job is to hear what is going on in the video
Yeah.
and try to figure out what you're reacting to.
Okay. Sick.
In the
this is
videos.
great. This is great. Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
You with it?
I'm with it.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
Let's get
for
into the first
one?
video.
Yeah.
All right.
No problemo, turns her back, boom, full CT protocol. But this is it. Watch this. She does the silly. I fucking
Oh, I know
sent
exactly
it.
what video this is. I know exactly what video this is. This is a bunch of white people doing pinata shit. And there's like a grandma who's blindfolded and she's cranking the pinata. And some dumb lady runs up to like move the pinata or do something. And the lady's blindfolded. She cranks her with the fucking steel bat in the head. It's like it bends. So it's like the lady's not completely injured. But then she also does like the baseball, like, oh, how far is it going celebration. Because she's blindfolded and doesn't realize she just cranked her friend in the head with a stick. Yeah, no, that's a great one.
You are
Absolutely
correct.
Yeah.
That was actually very impressive how vivid your description was.
Oh, dude, I got that in the steel trap. That's my skill is I see in pictures.
That video, when I first watched it, I remember thinking this is hilarious. And then I watched it back, finding it the other day, and I was like, this aged like fine wine.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so like the pole being like just at a 90-degree angle
Yeah.
after it hits her head. It's just,
and she really thinks she's like, I got that pinata. Sell it. So good.
All right, you ready for clip 2?
Oh, yeah.
Is that fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, what was that one? Oh, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I can't remember what's going on. Something, is it slap fighting?
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
And for some reason, Arnold Schwarzenegger is like watching in the background.
Yeah, I think he judged a slap fighting thing.
it's just
yeah,
two ripped women just
slapping each other.
So you're 2 for 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 for 2 here. We good for clip 3, John?
We are good for clip 3.
I want next. Hit me with that one more time. I want next. I got no clue what that is. I want next. It's something.
I will give you.
I know what it is.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. It's a wrestling match. Where this one chick's in the corner, she's on the turnbuckle and she's like down. She's sitting, and another chick sprints at her and does like a flying ass into her face. And I'm like, I want next. Sign me up for that shit. Yeah.
Incredible.
I will tell you the reason why it ended there is because the rest of the video is just you were live. So you're like, come watch me live. Like, like I'm streaming or whatever. So I was like, nothing is gonna help him besides the I want next. So I'm glad you figured it out.
All right, let's go to number 4.
Before you hit play, this is my favorite video you've ever done.
Okay, this is great. This is great news.
Oh, shoot.
Oh yeah, no, this is.
You didn't even miss a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, no, that video is like, that's genuine laughter. Because I watched the video right before the way TikTok works is when you're cutting it, you're watching it to stitch it, and then you cut right to you recording.
Yeah.
That's all me really laughing. It's VR. One kid's doing VR, and he's doing whatever he's doing. It's the brother, and he's got the VR headset on. He obviously can't see the world around him. And his sister kind of comes up in his face, and he full on punches her in the face. Doesn't hit her like in the neck a bit, or like maybe in the forehead, like right in the face, cranks her. And then that scream you hear is a child getting punched in the face. Which is...
You are correct.
Oh, it's so good. I love
that video. Cracked me up.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, when I see your videos, I would love to be a fly on the wall of your For You page sometimes, because I've never seen them until you react to them.
Honestly, my For You page right now is kind of shit. Fucking, what's it called? Andrew Tate fucked my shit, man. Because I was watching all this Andrew Tate stuff because I was very interested in seeing this guy take over the internet. It was like an interesting thing to watch, like him just troll his way into one of this biggest media icons.
Of course.
Everyone was talking about him, and now on my For You page is all this red pill shit. I'm like, I don't want this.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I thought this was a crazy thing to watch, but yeah, I don't get as much like kids getting hit. I get that shit sent to me. My Instagram though, my Instagram feed. Instagram has like, dude, Instagram probably knows what type of women I find attractive. They know fucking what I ate for lunch. Instagram could send like a sleeper agent to just fucking take over my life, and they would have all the data. Instagram knows me inside and out.
Metaverse, dude. They know.
And they can have it, man. Take my fucking data, dog.
All right, you want to do the last one, Joe?
Let's hit it.
Last one.
You're 4 for 4. I'm very impressed.
I just want to say on this whole story, I don't think she should have gotten fired.
Oh yeah, I know this.
I don't think she could. What's the crime? What's the crime?
Okay, yeah. So that's the one. This is that recent thing, the Megan Hall police case, where she fucked like 8 police officers, some while on duty. And
She was also a cop, right?
she was also a cop. Yeah,
they
she was also a
worked
cop.
together.
They all worked. Yeah, they all worked together. And apparently, when that case came out, they were like, she's, I think, the one who kind of blew it up. She was like, yeah, I fucked all these dudes or whatever. And there's a lot of these guys are married, and they're being like, no, what are you talking about? No, this one down. No, they were all trying to keep it under wraps. But yeah, she, I stand by that I don't think she should have gotten fired. I do say because when you look at the people she fucked, some of them were like white, black, Latino, all different kinds.
She didn't discriminate.
Doesn't discriminate against race, which is an important factor you want in a police
Good quality in an
officer.
American cop. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So she lost her job.
Oh, she lost her job big time. Wow. Hasn't launched the OnlyFans yet, which I think is a stupid move.
Yeah.
I think if she, like, Megan Hall, not the most conventionally attractive person, but you launch an OnlyFans in the peak of you being one of the biggest media sensations for fucking a bunch of dudes. You're doing, like, whatever gangbang shit, whatever the fuck you want to do on your thing. I'm gonna fucking tip you $5 to check it out.
Sure.
I just want to see what it's about.
Megan Hall, friend of the podcast, definitely.
Is she?
No, I have no fucking idea.
I was gonna like, you have a link to Megan Hall?
No, that would have been amazing.
Dude, literally, Megan Hall is like my dream selfie. Like my dream, like I took a picture with Megan Hall. Like that's a dream, dude.
So I
like she should be on Cameo. You know how many people would pay her for a cameo
so
right
much,
now?
Dude.
Oh.
When you find these videos to react to,
yeah,
how long did you just open it and it just comes to you? Are you scrolling for a while before you find your fodder?
So it's been like a whole process of me getting to where I'm at now. I found that TikTok doesn't have enough juice for me anymore. And also I think because my algorithm's a little fucked. I have like 3 TikTok accounts and some are like fresher. And so I get like whatever the most viral shit is. But I also go on Reddit. I go on Twitter. I go on Instagram. I go on TikTok. I think that's the 3 platforms I hit. And I just set a timer. I set a timer for 5 minutes, and then I scroll, see what I can find, and then whatever I find, I save, and then I move on to the next platform. That way, because if I don't set a timer, I'll scroll for hours.
Yeah.
And so this just kind of keeps it under control. I try to see like what the viral shit everyone's talking about is. I understand my audience and what I want to talk about. And that's kind of how I do it. Some days are fucking fire, some days aren't so fire. It depends on what kind of clips you can find. And then in terms of the creation of it, I open the thing and I try to write a minimum of 2 jokes per video, and that's from that baseline I can start creating.
That's actually super interesting because that's like a really good, I guess, practice as a comedian, right? Because like it really keeps you fresh in like writing your own material and things like that. I think something that people maybe who found you on the internet might not have known, because I've seen this clip before I even knew you.
Yeah.
Was you on Just for Laughs a few years ago telling the story about being a scuba diving instructor.
Yeah. No, that's like 2017. I did Just for Laughs. I've been doing stand-up for 10 years. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. And I think that's interesting, like what the internet can and can't do. It's like it's launched you into this 7 million plus person following. And like, do you find like while you post stand-up clips now, maybe to your TikTok and Instagrams, like they do a little less than what your normal content is, but it's building a portfolio for yourself?
Yeah, they definitely do less, but it's so important to start teaching my audience that I do stand-up. But they also do less because stand-up is, as big as it is now, it's still a niche thing.
Sure.
Like there's comics who have much smaller followings than I do, but sell more tickets because their entire following has been based off of them doing stand-up. So they have legit stand-up fans. So now I got to convince these people to come out to shows and come out genuinely for me, but also build those genuine stand-up audience fans. That's just a process I have to go through now. That is working, but it will take time to make that whole conversion and teach.
How big did your, let's say, like your TikTok and Instagram following have to get before you started noticing more people coming out to your shows?
Before I really knew how to market it, like at like 3 million, we started to get some people coming out. But at like 6, I was like starting to sell out. Like I could sell like a 200-seat room. And then from there, it's been like now learning how to maximize getting people over, and like growing on other platforms and having stand-up be a genuine part of that growth from the beginning. Like there's all these different things that have like factored in now, and then going on podcasts and stuff where it's like stand-up focused and being like, hey, I do stand-up, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
I also like Ryan Long, right?
Yeah.
The comedian. He does a lot of really cool sketch stuff. I DM'd him recently saying how much I love his videos.
Yeah.
You've been in a few of his videos.
Oh, yeah.
And he's figured out something really cool to me because I love sketch stuff. Mm-hmm. He's kind of played into that realm, which is a hard niche to break into.
Yeah.
Do you love like acting and being in things, doing stuff like that? Do you ever find yourself writing more sketch-based stuff? Do you want to get into that space ever?
There's a couple sketches I have ideas for, and there's this sketch group, Friday Beers. I might do some work with them.
Of course.
I love Friday Beers.
I think they're hilarious.
I sent some ideas over to them, and we started talking. That's how I would do it, would work with people who are already established in sketch, the way I've done stuff with Ryan. I've never sent Ryan any ideas. He's just brought me on to do some shit.
Okay.
But Ryan, also another Toronto guy. We both came up in the same comedy scene.
Oh, no way. I didn't know that.
But not entirely. Like sharing the ideas with people who are established in that, I would definitely do. Stand-up's always like the center point of what I love to do. So that's always where I'll put most of my comedic efforts.
And speaking of comedic efforts, I think like there's that fine line now on social media where you go viral for crowd work.
Yeah.
Right? But a lot of your show, when you go see it, is like crowd involvement. It's not like this like crowd work of a heckler or like a thing like that. It's like people, like your fans are so dedicated to what you do.
Yeah. I just started the crowd work shift was something that happened right before I moved to New York. I just did a show in Toronto, and I always would start with like 10 minutes of crowd work just because I like it, have the tone it sends for the show. It makes it feel very conversational, very much like we're hanging out. And I just was like, how long can I go? And I did like 40 minutes of crowd work, and I was like, okay, sick. And then just the market of stand-up now is like you're putting up crowd work clips because you don't want to burn your material. You want to put up a special. And that's so everyone should be working that crowd work muscle. But I will do like 30 minutes of crowd work off the top of not every show, but a lot of shows to get the clips. So I have stuff to put out, and so I'm not burning material.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's like the nature of the beast of social media, right?
Yeah.
It's just like how it is.
It just changed the market big time. Shoals was like, Shoals changed.
Everything,
We're all
yeah.
doing this because of Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, absolutely.
He changed the market for all of us.
100%. And like that was like peak pandemic.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Virality. You
Yeah,
know, it was
dude.
crazy that he was getting so much out of that.
Was
stuff.
he the first person who was just posting like crowd work clips?
He was like, I don't think he was the first person posting crowd work clips. You had people like, what's his name? What's this guy's name? I can't remember. But there was one guy who was going viral for like heckler owned kind of shit. But he was the first guy. I don't know if the first, but he definitely set the standard of putting up clips where you have the subtitles and they're this certain type of shot. At like we're all that style that you see now. It's all built 100%. Off of him. Yeah.
There's actually a guy I showed Chris this guy the other day on TikTok who has 1 million followers, and I swear to you, it's the most infuriating thing of my life. I gotta send him to you. He is a stand-up comedian, but I don't think he's ever done stand-up in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
He just sets up a really nice camera and a lighting in his living room and puts a laugh track underneath it.
No way.
1 million followers for stand-up.
Really?
I've never seen a clip of him in front of a crowd.
That's insane.
It's nuts, dude.
I mean, everyone there's going to be all sorts of, with the way social media is coming to the market, there's going to be all these sorts of shifts in how the art is performed and done. I always think the best will rise to the top.
Yeah.
There will be this like homogenized, just like mediocre person who sells million. I mean, that was happening before social media.
Yeah.
If you look at some of the biggest comics, I won't name names on anything, but we all know people who like sell out theaters, and I'm like, man, their comedy is like just repetition hack material.
Yeah.
And you see that in every medium. Like the biggest paid movie stars on biggest like movies aren't the most provocative, like thought-provoking, risk-taking movies. It's like easy to digest horseshit. And that's
Right.
what always rises to the top. Musically, everything. But I do think if you just kill it at the craft and use social media as a way to leverage an audience and get more butts and seats, you'll never be worried about where your next paycheck is coming from.
That's a great point.
All right, should we move on to game 3, John?
Game 3.
Game 3. You're going to like Game 3, I think, Shay. Game 3 is reversed impressions.
Reverse!
Reversed impressions is brought to you by Soda. Ever hear a product and think you know exactly where the ad is going? Well, Soda is the first condom in a can. Gone are the days of running into your old babysitter Megan in the local CVS and having to lie and say, oh, I was totally just buying Skittles and nothing else, then leaving and feeling like a major dweeb. Soda conceals pretty effective condoms in a very effective disguise of a normal soda can. Get your first 6-pack 50% off with promo code IMPRESSIONS.
Dude, yeah, I'm fucking. I just got an STD test today, so I should maybe buy these condoms in the can.
Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out to City MD. Got my STD
Not a
test.
sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but they checked my dick, and they've checked it before, and they'll check it again.
Well, yeah, you had the whole thing on social about chlamydia.
I did. I posted my whole chlamydia, like me going to the doctor. I kind of like those like Instagram girls do, like a day in the life of like what I eat today, and then I go to the gym. I did that, but I was like, today I'm getting my STD test. I'm gonna take my blood and blah blah blah, and then I posted my results, and I tested positive for chlamydia. I think I'm fine this time. I don't have any symptoms, but I just wanted to be safe. I like tallied how many people I fucked without a condom in my head. I was like, so I want to get it checked.
So the way reversed impressions... Perfect transition.
Yeah.
The way reversed impressions worked is we sometimes play a game called First Impressions. That game involves John doing impressions and a guest having to guess whom he's impersonating. The catch is John's horrible at impressions.
Right on.
But we're going to do this the opposite way. I'm going to give you a list of people you have to impersonate, and John's going to have to guess.
Oh, sick.
So this is the first one.
Finish the fight.
Is it the Mortal Kombat guy?
No. I'll try again. I'm trying to think, because I don't want to give you any hints.
All right.
That's like all he says.
It's a pretty good impression, I'm not going to lie.
Shit. Finish the fight?
Finish the fight. I'm trying to think of more like lingo without. We gotta take down the scorpion.
Oh boy, you're really out of my.
Yeah. No, I don't know about this one. I don't know if I can give you anything more on that.
Oh God, my final
the
guess.
rest will be better. Oh, not all of them.
My final guess is I'm gonna go with the Mortal Kombat guy because it sounds like the guy doing Finish Him.
It is Master Chief.
Master
from
Chief,
Halo.
such a hard guy to impression on because he doesn't say anything.
Here's a little soundbite.
Captain Keyes, no thanks to your driving. Yes, I understand.
Wow, holy shit, you did a great job.
Wasn't bad. But he's known for not talking.
Yeah.
He's a stoic. You don't even see his fucking face.
Dude, that was spot on. I gotta give you.
It was pretty good.
A lot of
It's
credit.
pretty good, but it's very niche.
All right,
and finish the fight is like that's the tagline from like Halo 3.
Wow, and that's a classic. I should have gotten
All right, we could go to number 2. I will say with this one, don't say the person's name.
Okay.
That's the only.
Okay. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
what you're saying. Here we go.
Oh, Super Mario.
Boom. There we go.
Okay, I'll play a little clip just for the sake of continuity.
It's me, Mario.
That's why I was like, you're like, don't say his name. And I was like, oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's just
do you ever do impressions, or is this
No.
yeah, not bad.
not my thing. This one, I don't think. Fucking good luck if you get this one.
all right.
This one, no one's fucking getting this one.
All right, let's do it.
We need to protect the Incan tribe from the Black Hand. I feel like that would be something in one of those.
Again, pretty good. But you have no chance. I don't even know if
The
you know what
Incan
this is.
tribe?
I don't even know if you know what this is.
You need to protect the Incan tribe. What? I don't know.
Hold on. I'll keep hitting you.
Feels like just like a Catholic
This-
monastery or something.
This artifact is aged beyond my knowledge. I'll have to take it back and research it.
Wait. Hold on. It's not Ben Stiller Night at the Museum, but but I know it's not that. Ooh, hold on. Is it Assassin's Creed? No idea. I don't know.
All right, why don't you just give it? There's no way you're gonna get this.
This is Lara Croft.
Who the fuck is that?
You don't know Lara Croft?
From Tomb Raider.
Oh, yeah, Tomb Raider.
No idea.
Triangle
a-
tits?
But you bumped into me in India and sent me to find them for you, bringing me here. Listen to this gibberish. Your perception of good timing is
That
bad.
was really good. I am so sorry.
No worries. No, dude, I was like, fucking, I wouldn't get that one.
All right.
Okay.
Is that the last one?
Yep,
or
we got one more.
Now, this one, I want to do it without, because there's so many tags, like words I could say, that would give it away.
You want to give yourself a challenge?
Yeah, I want you, well, you can't fuck it up. Like, I'm going
Okay.
to give you a visual cue.
Okay.
That's like, I don't even know if you understand how good that visual cue is. It's so fucking
So
good.
what if you're listening? What Che
I
did was
turned my hat backwards. I turned my hat front facing to backwards. Such a good visual cue. You guys don't even understand, bro.
Fuck.
But I also will do an impression. Fuck. Everything I can think of is like gonna give it away.
well, you want him to get it.
I want you to get it. Yeah. I choose you.
Oh, Ash Ketchum.
Yeah.
that was in my head when you did that was Ash or Ness.
Yeah, dude.
Those are my two.
Ness,
So good.
Ness is also that's a
The
good.
visual cue of turning your hat backwards,
That-
killer.
Yeah, no, I'm with it.
All right, so that you were pretty good at that. Oh, here's a little clip of Ash Ketchum.
I did it! I got Caterpie! I did it all by myself! I caught my first Pokemon!
He has like a scratchier voice like that.
There were a couple voice actors, I think, who
Who
did.
went through it? Do you know? Did you hear about the Pokemon thing that happened recently?
No.
So Pokemon's been on for like 25 years or something.
Okay.
Ash never wins, right? That's
Yeah.
his thing. He always goes up, never wins. He ends up winning some tournament, and then he goes to like the so he's like now a Pokemon master. And then they have a tournament of masters where every master from like all the different regions that he's played against all the different places. Like they have different people. Like if you've been watching Pokemon for 25 years, there's like all these callbacks and shit. And he competes in this tournament and has this like epic battle against this dude who's like a legendary guy he's never been able to beat. And I think it's Pikachu versus Charizard in the final battle, and Ash wins, and Ash becomes like champion of everything. And now they're gonna sunset Ash and bring in a new character. And what people think is gonna happen, because if you look at it's a girl who's going to be like basically who Ash is. She has a bandana that's the same symbol as Ash's symbol, the Pallet Town, whatever thing. People think that they're going to kind of, because they're going to do a 10-part series that sunsets Ash. They think they're going to show him growing up and becoming like basically who we think of as Red in Pokemon, becoming the greatest Pokemon master ever, catching every like impossible Pokemon, maybe catching Ho-Oh, who you see in like the first episode, and then that's his daughter, which would be that's fucking sick.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, that's a speculation.
Were you a big Pokemon guy?
I watched it a ton as a kid. I obviously fell off, but it's something I actually really want to get back into. Because I want to play one game at a competitive level, and I don't have the quick reflexes to do anything that's like a shooter or like a fighting game. But Pokemon is all strategy, and it's just learning. And so I think I could, through learning, not become like the best ever, but play at a reasonably competitive level. That's like on my bucket list.
When you stream on Twitch, are you streaming yourself playing games, or are you just like talking?
Yeah. It's me and my buddy Cameron Phoenix, hilarious comic, also from Toronto. I'm not from Toronto, but that's where I did all my comedy. But we play games, and we're both not great, and so we just kind of talk shit, and that's kind of the fun of it.
I watched one of you playing Fall Guys recently, and you won it.
Oh yeah,
and it was electric.
The first time I've never won Fall Guys before, and I've won on stream for the first time ever.
It was sick.
Yeah,
I loved it. I was a big fan.
I have a question for you before we get to our last game. So how long have you been a professional comic? Like that's all you're doing?
Like that's like it's paying all my bills.
Yeah.
I would say maybe a year or two before I moved to New York. So it's maybe been at least a year and a half, at most 2.5 years. Because there definitely was time where I was like making a lot of money off of stand-up, but social and all that stuff was paying my bills too. Where now social still pays me like a decent amount, but the mass majority of my money comes from stand-up and touring.
And you were doing a lot of like on-camera stuff while you still lived in Canada with different brands, things like that.
Yeah.
So like that was that part of like the social media income that you're including in that too?
Yeah, I worked for a YouTube channel for a while. That was really like a desk job.
Was that Most Amazing?
Yeah, Most Amazing Top 10. That was still like a job, but I was able to build a following off that, and that was at least stepping closer to the realm of just like you're only working as an entertainer.
Yeah.
So like I stopped serving to do that job. And then after that, I was doing a lot of freelance content creation. And that was when I was like, okay, I'm only working for myself now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And that was sick. And then it was like, okay, now I'm not making content for anyone else. I'm only working for me. I'm only getting brand deals, and I'm only touring doing stand-up. Everything is like my shit. And that's when the day you do that, when you've been, I don't know, it's like 8 or 9 years, I was going straight hard at trying to make this happen. The day you fucking go, this is what makes me money. You go, it's fucking good.
Were your like family and friends always supportive of you trying to do comedy stuff?
Always very, very supportive. Sorry, I just need to write things down from this game.
Take your time.
Okay.
And like you were on the phone with your sister on the way in here.
Yes.
A younger or older sister?
Older.
So you guys are super tight?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Does she still live in Canada?
Yeah.
So how, like, going back to the whole thing, your family's supportive of all this stuff, like, they must be ecstatic.
Oh
like,
yeah, everyone's pretty
this
pumped.
dream.
Everyone's pretty pumped. Yeah. No, it's very sick. It's very awesome to have all the pieces come together, and it's only like going up from here, which is great.
Did you ever see yourself ever consider doing anything different? Like, did you ever have the moment of like, fuck this, what am I doing?
No. I've never cared about like. There's a lot of things that I think people chase. I've been like a very practical person. Even like one of a story about me when I was like 6 or something, maybe 5 or 6. I used to suck my finger and rub my ear. That was like kids suck their thumb, my left index finger, and I would rub my ear. That was like my comfort thing. I was fucking up my teeth. My teeth are even still kind of pushed forward because of it. It's probably why I have a gap tooth. But it was, my parents were like, you're going to have to get braces. And I was like, okay. They're like, it's going to hurt. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. They would put like hot sauce on my finger to try and get me to do it. I would wash it off. Nothing would stop me from doing this. And they're like, it's going to cost a lot of money. And I was like, oh, how much money? And they're like, well, it's probably at least $3,000. I stopped immediately. I was like, oh, that makes sense. If things make sense to me, I will respond. And I've always been like that. So I wanted to do this thing and I loved it and I wanted to chase it. And that's all I cared about. I've never looked at like, oh, you know, if you get a job, you can get a house and then you meet a lady and you have kids. I'm like, none of that seems appealing. All that seems boring. I don't want to do any of that. So at no point did I want to turn the ship because I was always chasing what seemed to make sense to me and also what was fun and practical.
Right.
Even though saying that becoming a comedian is practical seems insane.
But if it's what you're good at, like, you know what I mean?
It was one of the first things that I was ever good at. That's true. And the first thing I ever worked hard at.
Yeah.
I knew I could do it. I've said this on podcasts before, but my dad used to say to me when I would come home from school, he would be like, you throw your bag in the corner every day and you get C's. Imagine who you could be if you tried. So I knew I was like, I can be mediocre not putting in any effort. So what kind of person could I become if I actually put effort into something? And then I was like, okay, work hard at this. And then the pieces started coming together.
Yeah, I guess it worked.
Yeah.
That's a really great quote, actually. That's really cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And on to the last game.
On to the last game, and then we'll see if you get to take home the gas station Imperial Pill.
Oh, yeah.
This last game is called What's in a Name?
What's in a name?
What's in a Name is brought to you by Step on a Crack. Do you have a mortal enemy? Well, for a flat fee of $88, Step on a Crack will have a private investigator follow them around, and the minute they step on a sidewalk crack, we have a person on deck ready to beat the shit out of that person's mother. Get 20% off with promo code ChrisDalariva and break their mother's back today.
So the way, what is this called?
What's in a Name?
What's in a Name works is John is very good at making up ridiculous names that sound sort of real.
Great skill.
This is a little bit different, though. Instead of a person's names, we're going to give you cities. Some cities have really dumb nicknames, so we want to see if you can decipher which nicknames of these U.S. cities are real and which are made up.
Okay, great.
Now, here's the catch, though, Che. If you get...
I forgot.
Yeah, if you get 4 of these right...
Yeah.
There's 5.
You will earn a bonus clue.
A bonus clue. Okay.
To what the overarching theme of the episode
I gotta
has
get
been.
4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Chris. You want me to take it, or do you want to do it? All right.
You can go.
All right, here we go. Che, Honolulu, Hawaii is known to have a huge pineapple industry, so it would only be right for it to be nicknamed the Big Pineapple, as an homage to New York City's The Big Apple. Is the Big Pineapple really the nickname of Honolulu?
No.
Unfortunately, Che, it is.
Oh, Jesus.
It is the nickname of Honolulu. Don't know why. It was just a thing that they did.
Okay, right.
That does sound fake.
That does sound fake as fuck.
It does. When I read it, I couldn't believe they went with that. All right, number 2. So you got to run the table.
Yeah.
Bemidji, Minnesota is apparently home to fictional character Paul Bunyan. You heard of Paul Bunyan?
Yeah.
He's like a giant dude with an axe.
Blue cow?
Yeah, Babe the Blue Ox.
Yeah.
So in 2002, the city decided that it needed a nickname and put out a citywide vote, resulting in the nickname Bunyan City, only to be removed 4 years later due to an outpouring of taunting because of the homophone to a bunion on a foot. Was Bunyan City a real thing?
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
No? Oh, shit.
Bunyan City was not real.
All right.
You made that up?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Well, now we'll just play for fun.
Yeah, I'll make, if you run the table now, I'll give you the
Okay.
bonus clue.
I'm being generous here.
All right. Canadian Texas is named after the nearby Canadian River. But as ridiculous as the name is, it has a crazier nickname. Trying to make a joke about the connection to our friends at the northern border, the town is nicknamed the country up north in the south. What do you think? Is it real or not?
That sounds real.
It's not real.
That's not fuck. Dude, I'm not
If you get all of them wrong, we'll give you this.
That's almost more impressive.
This is actually crazy because I think throughout all the other games, you got almost everything.
Everything right.
I got nothing on this one. I can't tell you.
Champaign-Urbana, Illinois is a stupid name for a city, but its nickname is even dumber. For absolutely no reason other than a hyphen, the city goes by the nickname Shampoo Banana. What do you think? Is that city nickname
That's
real?
gotta be fake.
No.
Jesus Christ, man.
Dude, it's the I don't know. I don't know why. I don't.
Where did you source this information from?
I just Googled it. I can't like fact check most of it. I just went with what their Wikipedia said. All right, here you go. The last one. You've done a great job so far. So you must have heard of Hershey, Pennsylvania, right? Where the Hershey bar comes from.
No, but
Do you know what the Hershey bar is?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. The Hershey bar comes from Hershey, Pennsylvania.
They also have a theme park there.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, did you know when Hershey Park first opened in 1906, the city experienced an insane amount of tourism. So the town decided they needed a nickname. Milton Hershey, the mayor and founder of the town, took it upon himself to give his town a nickname. It's a commercial town. It was based around the factory and theme park. It had not existed before this. Mm-hmm. So he called it the Town Dipped in Brown after his beloved chocolate. The name stuck for 43 years. After Hershey himself died in 1945, the town put a bill into motion to change the name. Just 4 years after his passing, the town was renamed the sweetest place on earth, and it stuck. But do you think it was ever called the Town Dipped in Brown?
no.
Was not ever called the Town Dipped in Brown. Yeah, he got one.
Holy shit, man. Okay, well,
so we got.
you don't have to give me the clue. I didn't earn the clue.
No, we're not going to give you.
No,
the
but did you get a theme of that game though?
Oh, okay, the theme of the game. Okay, fuck. Sorry. Man, I feel like we powered through that. That was okay. One was big pineapple. So we have fruit. It was fruit. Paul Bunyan. The Bunyan. That's a foot.
Paul Bunyan. I'll go through with you. Canadian, Texas. Champaign-Urbana, Illinois.
Shampoo? Was it?
Yeah, Shampoo Banana.
Shampoo Banana.
And Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
And all of their subsequent nicknames.
Yeah, so we're all talking about largely city nicknames there.
Yeah.
But I will give you a little rundown just to catch up on what went on before.
Yeah.
So the first game was You Be the Judge. I won't go through all the lawsuits again, but I believe you thought you had a theme there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was cars or driving.
Okay.
Accidents.
Game 2 was In Your Own Words. These were we played clips of things for you. Did you sense any theme in the clips that you were reacting to?
Yeah, there was hitting, punching, slapping. That kind of thing was going on.
Some violence there. Reversed impressions. Any commonality in the 4 people you impersonated?
I mean, they're all mascots. They're all like great mascots. But like between them, like
mascots for what?
For video games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess right now we have what do you say? Cars, hitting, violence,
video game mascots,
and then 4 the city nicknames.
Yeah. They're all like sweet, I guess.
So we want to know if you can piece together what the thing is.
The thing
From these four.
Also, I think we had mentioned it up top. This has something to do with like you. Like we base it off of like.
Well, not you specifically, but something you would know about.
Yeah, something I would know
like your
about.
Common knowledge.
It's not like something from ancient Roman history, unless you were an expert in that. We just weren't aware.
No, I'm definitely not. Okay, the common theme. Definitely, yeah. There's something going on with like driving, lawsuits, people getting hit. Honestly, man, I think the last one I got nothing on. Last one, anything to do with? Yeah, I'm gonna say violence.
Okay, we're gonna work through this now. Violence is part of the theme.
Violence is part of the theme.
So it's an actual like a thing, like something you could touch.
Tangible,
like
a tangible thing.
Yeah, it's not just violence. Like it's like a
tangible thing that isn't a concept like violence. I would, man.
You got violent. You got violence with the hitting, punching, slapping.
Yes.
You got car lawsuits.
Yes.
Video games.
Accidents.
Characters.
Video game characters. They're all the video game characters. Is it fighting?
Getting there.
Punching, hitting.
Almost.
It's
last thing was cities and their nicknames.
Cities and their nicknames.
So nicknames with cities. Video games, characters.
Fighters.
Think of a video game.
Yeah, I'm thinking of video games.
We might have to give the bonus clue.
I think, give me the bonus clue. I didn't win this one, just in case anyone's
The
wondering.
bonus clue was you might find somebody streaming this on Twitch.
I find someone streaming this on Twitch. It's something I would know a lot about. And it seems like it's about violence and cities. And nicknames. Cities and their nicknames. Someone's streaming on Twitch. Fortnite?
I think
we're gonna have to give it to you.
Yeah.
You actually talked about it in this episode.
Oh, did I?
The theme was Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, really? Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Driving. Yeah, because you have what? Driving, hitting, gaming, and then
city nicknames like San Andreas,
yes.
Miami, Vice City.
Yes.
So we're sorry you couldn't have won the Imperial
You
Sex
know
Pill,
what?
Shay.
I'll sign it, and it goes to the next person.
I love that.
Now I'm nervous who the next guest is going to be.
It's actually going to be Vanessa, who's a writer on Saturday Night Live. So I hope she enjoys it.
Yeah.
But we apologize you couldn't get it right, man.
Hey, man, this is fucking. It was a good time. We had and also stuff like this. I'm not good at this. Just like fucking, they're like figure it out. Like when you're like figure out if these things are real. That's when I'm like I'm not getting this at all.
Okay.
Like there's no way for me to discern the logic on it. This is like the first one. I was like, yeah, it seems like these people would win. The second one, I just need to go into my own memories. Boom, we're killing those things. But when I got to piece things together in a puzzle, we're not fucking doing that.
We'll never get you the 3,000 piece puzzle that is no
Never fucking do that. No, please don't.
But Che, before you go, did you have a good time?
Oh, I had a great time.
At least doing the podcast. We appreciate that. Why don't you tell the people, again, where they can find you, what you're working on, what's new, and what to look out for?
On all platforms, I'm Che Durena everywhere. You can follow me on Twitch at Little Dinky News. And then, for all my tour dates, you can go to chedurena.com. I'm going to be all over America. You'll see.
And if they want you in their city, they just have to DM you.
They have to DM me.
That they'll suck your dick like a St. Bernard.
Suck my dick like a fucking St. Bernard. You better believe
That's what we love to hear.
Yeah.
All right,
well.
On a related note, I'm Chris Dalriva.
And I'm John Franklin. Thanks for tuning in on this episode. We'll catch you the next time.
Bye.
On a related note, this is a song that we wrote. Now let's get to the podcast.